Okay, picture this. You're there, hundreds of people, maybe thousands, looking up. Everyone's watching this amazing military air show. You hear the jets roaring, see these incredible stunts, and then suddenly, bam, something happens. Everything just stops for a second. Your eyes lock onto something totally unexpected, something weird. And that's really the heart of what we're plunging into today in this deep dive. We're looking at some really incredible footage. It popped up online around 2010. And the claim, pretty huge. It supposedly shows a UFO actually colliding with an Air Force jet. We've gathered a bunch of sources trying to piece together what happened from that first shocking moment to all the confusion afterwards. Our goal here, try to cut through the static and figure out, what really went on.
Right, and the setting for this is apparently an air show. The sources point to a place called Petaras, Chil. Now, a lot of people think that actually means Petorca in Chile. The Chilean Air Force's display team, the Halcones, they were performing. And specifically, it involved one of their planes, an FAX-type military jet, in an upward climb maneuver, part of the routine.
Okay, and this is where the footage supposedly shows something. Well, pretty mind-blowing. Our sources talk about this thin, dark, almost dish-shaped object just appearing, literally out of nowhere. And it doesn't just show up. The claim is it grazed the Air Force jet, narrowly, but contact. Wow. And this wasn't just a little nudge. It apparently knocked the jet completely off its flight path, sent it tumbling down.
Yeah, a terrifying moment. Thankfully, the pilot, they managed to eject just before the crash, and crucially, reports say no confirmed casualties on the ground or otherwise, which is honestly a huge relief given what happened. But yeah, right away, massive debate, instantly. Some people looking at it were like, that's a spaceship? Others were more skeptical, suggesting maybe it was just a bird flying past at the wrong moment.
Right, which sets up the big question we're tackling. We have this dramatic footage, but what did it actually capture? What really happened up there? And that initial collision, dramatic as it is, that's really just the start, isn't it? Because when you slow the video down, things get even stranger.
Exactly. Our sources mention that when you analyze it frame by frame, you can supposedly see that thin, dark object, the dish-shaped one, make contact, graze the jet, and then just keep going upwards.
Well, the jet is clearly in trouble.
Yes, the jet is knocked off course and, it crashes. And connecting this to the broader analysis, it gets even more complex than just that one object. Experts looking closely at the footage pointed something else out, an elongated object.
Elongated? Not dish-shaped.
No, different. Yeah. And this one apparently passes underneath the aircraft, going the opposite direction, but at a, similar kind of speed.
Okay.
And the theory some experts put forward is that could have messed with the plane's aerodynamics. An alteration of the aerodynamic load, they called it.
So the airflow over the wings got disrupted.
Precisely. What? Which could easily cause a pilot to lose control, makes the plane unstable.
Wow. Okay, so we have the dish grazing it from above, maybe. And then this elongated thing passes underneath. And just when you think, okay, that's complicated enough, there's another detail our sources bring up. They talk about yet another image, this one captured later, when the plane is already clearly diving out of control. And in that image, they say another similar object, similar to which one isn't totally clear, maybe the elongated one passes near the falling plane.
Another one.
Yeah. This third potential object is moving in the same direction as the diving plane and at the same speed.
Seriously, so potentially 3 anomalies or maybe different views of fewer objects.
Exactly. It just deepens the whole mystery. What are we even looking at here? Multiple things or just visual chaos?
And this naturally leads to the question, what were these things, if they were things? Because the expert opinions, they're all over the place, completely divergent.
Like what?
Well, you had some experts looking at it, pretty convinced it was a ground-to-air missile. Maybe something that malfunctioned, went off course.
Okay, a missile. That's one explanation.
But then you had others who were absolutely certain, no doubt in their minds. They said it was a specific type of UFO, something called a tobacco.
Tobacco, like tobacco.
Yeah, it's a term some in the UFO community use. Describes cigar-shaped or cylindrical objects. Their theory was it just, inadvertently passed over the air show.
Huh. So missile versus cigar UFO, that's quite a range.
It really highlights the problem, doesn't it? Even with video, interpretation can be so subjective. It might tell you more about who's watching than what's actually there.
Yep. So for you listening, what does all this mean? You've got this incredibly dramatic crash, video showing multiple potential objects, and experts arguing over whether it's a bird, a missile, a spaceship, even a specific kind of UFO, this tobacco thing.
Yeah.
The fundamental question is just hanging there. With all these conflicting accounts, all these visuals, what was it? Or what were they?
And the sources kind of leave us hanging, too, in a way. They make it pretty clear that, right now anyway, the only people who might really know the truth are the two pilots who ejected and survived. They're the ones who could potentially clarify if there were, UFOs involved.
Right, they had the front row seat.
Exactly. Now, here's an odd point of confusion in our sources that's worth mentioning.
Okay.
While the incident itself seems consistently placed in Petaras, Chil, which we think is Chile, some later discussions or maybe conflated reports, like one we looked at, suddenly refer to the Ukrainian sky.
Wait, Ukraine? How does that fit in?
It doesn't really. It seems like a discrepancy, maybe wires getting crossed as the story spread online over the years. But it shows how facts can get muddy, especially with these kinds of unexplained events.
Okay, that is weird. But it leads us to this final piece from our sources, which is, it's really provocative. They mentioned that the version of events involving UFOs. It seems to confirm something pretty unusual happened after the crash concerning the pilots. Yeah. It states that the pilot's superiors made a decision. After this new video analysis came out showing the objects, they decided to separate them totally, keep the two pilots completely apart.
Separate the pilots? Why?
Well, the source suggests this decision itself seems to confirm the UFO version, implying perhaps they knew something, saw something, and the authorities wanted to control the narrative.
Wow. Oh, okay, that adds a whole other layer. Control of information.
Exactly. If that's true, it speaks volumes about how official channels might handle these unexplained aerial phenomena, maybe prioritizing secrecy over transparency. It really impacts what we, the public, get to hear about what's flying in our skies. So it leaves you wondering, doesn't it? What does this whole scenario make you think about? About truth, about official stories, and about just how much might still be unknown, or maybe deliberately hidden up there.